the year 2020. The year when the world decided to go on a mandatory vacation that nobody applied for.
Let's have it.
In Nigeria, we didn't just experience a pandemic. We experienced a plandemic, a Coro month, and a spiritual physical combat with an invisible enemy. Grab your hand sanitizer and sit down. Let me tell you how Coro took us from Happy New Year to who goes there in just 3 months. From God forbid to face mask. The year started with the usual Nigerian energy. Prophecies of greatness, crossover services that lasted until 4 a.m., and people planning weddings for 2020 because the numbers matched.
God have mercy upon us.
Then, on February 27, 2020, an Italian man landed in Lagos and became the most famous foreigner in Nigerian history. Suddenly, the thing we were seeing on CNN as that China sickness was now in our backyard. At first, we used our Nigerian immunity. People were saying, African blood is too hot for Coro, or my pastor said it's a sign of the end time. But when the federal government shouted lockdown in March, even the most stubborn Agbero knew that the matter had cast. Politics in 2020 became a reality TV show. Every day by 4 p.m., we would sit in front of the TV to watch the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 led by Boss Mustafa. It was like a daily briefing on how many people the invisible enemy had arrested. Then came the issue of palliatives. This one is a whole story on its own. The government said they were distributing rice, beans, and bread to the poor, but many Nigerians only saw the palliatives on Instagram. It wasn't until the End SARS protests later in the year that people discovered warehouses stacked to the ceiling with COVID-19 palliatives that were supposed to be in people's stomachs. The public behavior changed from stay at home to go and find the warehouse. This was the biggest shocker. In Nigeria, you can close the market, you can close the school, but to close the house of God, the church. For the first time since the missionaries landed, churches were empty. Pastors who used to shout, touch your neighbor, now had to shout, click the link in the bio. Tithes and offerings moved to bank transfers. Some members would mute the sermon to go and fry plantain.
God have mercy upon us.
The sound department became the most important department because if the Zoom link or the Facebook Live cracked, the whole service was void and non-existent. Friday prayers, Jumat, were suspended. The streets that usually blocked during prayers were suddenly empty. It was a time of deep reflection and also a time of argument, as some clerics insisted that Coro could not enter the mosque, while others urged for safety. Social life in 2020 moved from the Owambe Hall to the living room. People started doing Zoom weddings. Imagine wearing a full agbada or lace, but only from the waist up, while wearing boxers underneath because the camera can't see your legs. We had virtual parties where DJ Neptune or DJ KYs would be playing music on Instagram Live, and 20,000 people would be jamming in their separate bedrooms.
Let's have it.
Hand sanitizer became more expensive than premium motor spirits. If you sneezed in public, people would look at you like you just confessed to a crime. Even your best friend would social distance from you without looking back. The NCDC Nigeria Center for Controlled Disease became our new parents. Every morning you check your phone to see the scoreboard of cases. We learnt new vocabularies: self-isolation, quarantine, comorbidities, asymptomatic. But in typical Nigerian fashion, we had our own cures.
Let's have it.
People were drinking ginger and garlic like it was orange juice. Some were bathing with salt water again, and others believed that hot drink, ogogoro, would kill the virus before it reached the lungs. By the time the lockdown was eased in phases starting in May 2020, Nigerians had changed. We became a people who realized that health is wealth, but also that hunger is a virus too. 2020 showed us that whether you are a senator or a pure water seller, when the world stops, we are all just humans looking for the next meal and a breath of fresh air. We survived it, not just because of the vaccines that came later, but because of our suffering and smiling spirit, the ability to find a joke even when the nose mask is choking us. Oh yeah, tell me, where were you the day they announced the total lockdown? Did you stock up on food? Or were you one of those who thought it would only last for 2 days? Drop your Coro story in the comments, make we laugh small. If you prefer to hear the violence and see the throwback clips with your 2 eyes, our YouTube channel is where the party is at. We are bringing these stories to life with clear audio, no be church echo sound, and high quality visuals. Don't let Sakpa or boredom win. Join the tribe on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the bell so you will be the first to get the notification when we drop a new historical bass boss. Watch exclusive clips, see the faces and the places behind the stories we tell here. Join the live gists where we break down trending news with that signature Nigerian humor. Click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Abeg, your subscription is the anointing oil that keeps this channel running.